V-Ray says, sounds like he'd be good at a certain activity with that saliva. From V-Ray.
Ray, shut the fuck up. I'm not sucking your dick.
Alright. And on that point, hello RPR. Hello. You're live now, mute once.
What's good? Hi stream. Hope some of my frogs are in there.
Yeah, so RPR, tell us a little bit about yourself. Tell us, who you are, what you do, who is RPR?
Me? Okay, so I'm an ex-professional Apex player, so I don't play anymore. I'm quote-unquote retired or benched myself, whatever you want to call it. I currently don't play because I don't enjoy it anymore. So currently I'm just a content creator or a streamer. I'm a VTuber. I like VTubers a lot. I got into VTubing last year. I enjoyed it a lot. So yeah, that's pretty much all about me. Used to play games professionally. Now I hate him, and now I like streaming.
Oh yeah. All right. Well, today we brought you on for the fucking mute ones. So to introduce, of course, as always, my co-host Ari the Neko and Groovy Tuesday is the two mutes who are going to be entertaining you tonight. Oh, well, there's one right there underneath the couch.
Stuck in the couch.
And then Groovy Tuesday, you can come out as well. And there she is, there's little Groovy.
You need help? You good? Okay.
And so, I said, how this works is going to be 5 little stages. We'll start off like real simple, real nice, real cuddly. And throughout the stages, the mutes are going to get a little bit hotter, a little bit spicier. And then, see if you can keep up with some of the questions I'll be asking you. All right?
Right.
All right. So,
okay. Mutes don't got nothing on me.
Of course. Like I said, I get it. It just, So,
I'm professional.
We'll start off with level 1. Are you ready, RPR, to begin our interview? You ready to take that first bite?
First bite.
Oh, you take your first bite of the wing?
I'm ready.
All right, so level 1. RPR, always start with this, with our first interviews. Why the name RPRX? Well, what started the name?
Okay, so RPR or RPRX?
Your Twitch name, whatever you go by.
Okay, so my name is actually RPR, and it's short for a name I had when I was 12, or 11, or 10. I don't even know. It's Reaper, right? And the way it works, when I was like 10, I played like games like COD 4 and stuff like that, right? And I used the iteration of my name that was my first and my last name together, right? And it sounded really fucking bad. So at one point I was like, you just want to hang here? Okay. So at one point I was like, I was in a clan, like a COD 4 clan, like one of those like hardcore clans,
Yeah.
And I went to my leader and I was like, what, with my super ass broken English, because I knew nothing about English back then. I was like, give me a cool name, like I'm tired of my shitty ass name. And he gave me Reaper, which back then in like, what year was that? Like 20 fucking, I don't know, when was I 10 years, like 16 years ago?
Oh my god.
that was cool back then, right? So I went with Reaper, and then a couple years passed, and I was like, well, this name is now fucking ass. I realized it's kind of bad. So I was like, how can I make this like I still kind of like it, but like I don't like it. So how do I make it cool? And back then everyone was kind of like removing syllables of their names to make it look cooler, so I just kind of wrote RPR in my name after my clan tag.
Yeah.
You guys switched places? Oh god. And then I went with RPR. And RPRX on Twitch is literally me not being able to get RPR, so I just added an X. That was literally it. That is no big deal behind it.
Alright, hell yeah. Hey, well, it's interesting. And like I said, do you prefer when people call you RPR or Reaper? Is RPR just like a preferred thing over calling you Reaper?
I don't like Reaper. And honestly, people can call me whatever they want. I got like multiple nicknames. People usually call me RPR. Obviously my IRL friends and stuff call me by my name. And then people in Japan call me Arupi because they can't say RPR. The way they pronounce RPR is Arupiaru, right? So they just shorten it and they call me Arupi. But I tell people just call me whatever is easier for you. I do not like Reaper though.
Yeah,
That's
yeah,
kind
yeah.
of like
Reaper's just.
if I was 12.
That's your dark
Yeah.
past.
If I was, yeah, it's like my fucking 11-year-old Modern Warfare farming name.
All right, yeah, for
It's like
sure.
me taking your Halo name.
Ugh, listen, my Halo name was
I'm sure you
Irish
played
Dude
Halo.
Ninja. Okay, I never want to be touched that
Yeah.
again.
You can make that IDN.
Yeah, oh,
That'd be cool.
yeah.
See?
All right.
See,
So,
I'm a name specialist.
all right. So our next little question here is, what led you into like the pro scene back when you got into it? Like, what led you into that path? You know, what got you into that life?
Fuck. My pro scene, like in Apex, or like me trying to go pro for like the majority of my life?
For Apex. What led you into that?
So Apex, I started playing. I was playing Fortnite before Apex. And I was pretty good, but I hated the game because devs never really they never really supported the game competitively properly. They just kind of did it for the numbers. What you want from what? What you want my arm? Anyway, sorry, I got it.
Yeah.
The devs suck. And then Apex released one night. My friend messaged me, was like, "This new BR is jumping out at midnight." I was like, "Fuck it, I'm down." Download the game, played for 24 hours straight, quit Fortnite the same day, and went pro like pretty much from day one. But I think about a year in, or so, like maybe like 8 months in, I quit college because I got signed professionally. Got salaried and started going on tournaments, and just like, you know, started popping off. And then, you know, going through that, switched a few orgs, had a massive success in Apex, and then quit it. But I have been trying to go pro in games since I was like 12.
Yeah, I feel like that's like an
Like,
aspiring dream for a
seriously.
lot of people who play competitive games, is to, you know, do it
Yeah.
professionally.
So I would say I lived my dream for a little bit. I played on stage. I had people cheer for me. I wore jerseys. I won tournaments. I won championship. I didn't win a championship online, but I won a championship. I'd say I achieved a lot of my
That's
esports
good.
dreams.
All right. One last question for this round, you know, a little beginner round. You know, now that we're here, what made you start playing VRChat?
Oh, VRChat. I actually love I look at my start of VRChat very fondly. I really enjoy VRChat. The way I started playing, I knew about VRChat for a while, because you know, Chips and Nuts.
Yeah.
Yeah, I followed that series on YouTube like years ago. Just accidentally found it on YouTube, and that's when I first heard about Rafflegator. Even though I didn't connect the people, I just knew who I knew the name Rafflegator, and all the other people, blah blah blah. And I was like, wow, that'd be cool if one day I could afford a headset and play VRChat. Of course, I couldn't back then because I was broke and poor. So later on, last year, I bought an Index like maybe 2 years ago, but I never really used it. I used it for Beat Saber. I really like Beat Saber. Never played VRChat because I didn't have friends that play VRChat, right? And I feel like I'm the type of person that if my friend does it, I'll do it with them. But me doing it alone, like it takes a lot of fucking self-convincing, so I usually don't do it, right? But then Rainho comes by. We became friends like last year around this time, February. And she goes about how she got invited to DJ night, and how much fun she had. And she told me to follow Rob on Twitter and get myself in DJ night. And I was like, okay, I'll follow Rob. I spoke with Rob a little bit, and he invites me to the date show. And that's kind of like where it all started for me. You know, the date show, I picked Crumpet, got super drunk, went to DJ night, got more drunk. I did play VRChat like maybe 2 times before that with Rain and her friends, like Jinx, etc., and all of them.
Yeah.
And I remember clearly we played mini golf, and I was drunk as fuck, and I still had motion sickness from, you know, first time being in VRChat. Because back then, you know, the movement, smooth movement when you walk around with the stick, that gave me terrible
Oh yeah,
motion
yeah,
sickness.
yeah.
And I was drinking, so playing mini golf while moving like that, while drinking, just at one point I ended up like in the middle of the course, just like on my back, was just trying to not throw up. So yeah, that was probably my first VRChat experience.
Oh yeah, that's super good. All right, so you ready for level 2, RPR? You having a good time so far?
Yes.
All right, so level 2, like I said, the mutes will get a little bit
Mutes.
spicier, a little bit more distracting. All right, so you ready to take that bite into that mute wing and jump right into the question?
Yeah, what are you calling this round? What's this?
It's just
sauce
level 2.
called?
It's the sauce is called.
Oh, you don't
Yeah.
don't have names.
No special name. No special name. Just different levels until the finale, and there'll be a little bit more
We
interesting.
gotta work on that. What's up, Riley?
All right, so we'll go right into it. Level 2, bite. All right, so what are some favorite moments in your career?
My favorite moments in my career. Shit. Let me think. I mean, obviously, like, one of my favorite moments will always be winning a championship, being a European champion. Like, I mean, that's like, if you're a pro player, that's kind of like everyone's dream, winning the biggest, the first championship, Apex championship that ever happened. We won it, right?
Yeah.
Even though it was split in regions because of COVID, but we still won it, and there's like it was a shitload of money. It was a big trophy, and it was a massive like prestige thing, right? So that would be definitely one of my favorite moments. But most of my favorite moments actually don't have anything to do with esports in my career, even though my career was esports. I would say my favorite moments were stuff like hanging out with friends and like certain, like, I would say some DJ nights are definitely made it up there, you know, like in like some of my favorite moments online. I would say going to Japan was definitely up there as some of my favorite moment ever in my career, because we went for a tournament, but like I literally stayed because I fucking loved it, right? But I would say the last 2 to 3 years are like basically just like a massive highlight for me, for sure.
Oh yeah.
Like I can't really pinpoint too many like favorite moments. I would just say like the entirety of like this like journey I was on. You trying to give me Phantom Sense? The entirety of this journey I was on was kind of like a highlight for me. Like definitely favorite part of my life. Because I hated college, I hated school, and all I want to play is video games. And when you turn it into a job, finally, your life kind of like becomes flowers, you know, until you start hating it.
Yeah.
Which I did.
All right, for sure, man. All right, now let's see here. I have one that comes right from Ari. You know, she says, "What did you want to be growing up?
Oh.
What did you want to be growing up?" We talked about some before. What were some of your aspirations growing up, huh?
When I was like a kid, like a super small kid, I wanted to be an astronaut.
Oh.
Growing up, realizing I fucking hate anything to do with science, even though I went to a science high school. Failed chemistry, failed biology. I was really good at physics and math though, but I failed in computer science. But I failed chemistry and biology, and I fucking hated it. And then I would say at around 10 years old, my dream was to like make playing video games a living, right? Becoming pro.
Yeah.
So
Wow.
that's basically probably. I mean, I do want to say I achieved my aspiration. But now it changed. You know, as we go through life, shit changes. I no longer want to be a esports pro. I wouldn't mind. Like, it's not like I hate it. Like, competing is super fun. But I think my allegiance kind of changed more towards a content creator and being an entertainer. I think I enjoy that more. Like recently I've been hosting a lot of like series and shows, right? And I kind of found like my mojo in being like a host in these shows, and I feel like that's kind of like something that interests me more, and I'm having a shit ton of fun with that, you know?
Yeah. It's something you enjoy and you bring people together, so that's super good.
Okay.
So, you know, you were into the pro scene.
Shut up.
Yeah, it's just fine. She's having fun. You know,
What'd you say?
you were into the pro scene, different like that. What would you say to people who also want to get into the pro scene, like people who are aspiring to live that career of being like a competitive,
Uh,
esport player? What would you say to the people trying to
I
get to
mean,
that life?
I feel like I'm a little bit unique because
Mhm.
I've definitely had talent for it, right? I definitely like since I was a kid, I was like really good at it, and that's how I got interested because I was good at it. And now like I naturally have like a good leadership skill where I'm good IGL, so I kind of like it comes naturally to me. But the people that want to do it, okay, no cat fighting in front of me. Stop. Calm.
Sorry, yeah,
Um,
mute eye. They get a little excited.
yeah, it's okay. Uh, I don't care who started it. Sit down. Uh, basically, for people that aspire to be pro, I think if you put in the hard work and dedication and you're genuinely motivated, put the shit away. And put that shit away as well. No fucking knives on the set. If you put the hard dedication in and you're genuinely motivated and you put like 12 hours a day every day, I am like a firm believer of like talent not really meaning anything, but like it being like you can get places just working hard. Like working hard rewards you. Like if you put hours in and you do it while having fun, and it's not a work, it doesn't feel like work for you, like it flows smoothly and it's something you really want to do, you will get rewarded in the end, because hard work always gets rewarded. Like even if it's like you feel it's impossible and you feel like it's not gonna happen, there's no hope, like if you really, that's really what you want to be and you want to put in the hard work, you'll get there. Because I was at one point, I was dog shit at video games too. It's not like I was born good. Like yes, I had like a predisposition for it, but when I first started, I couldn't aim at all. Are you guys like giving me a haircut?
Just making sure you look good.
Or are they stabbing me in the eye?
They're cleaning you up. They're cleaning you up.
But yeah, hard work and dedication, you know?
Oh, yeah, dude. Okay.
That's gonna get you places. Same with streaming, same with anything you do. I think it's like a constant in life. Whatever you do, if you have the motivation and the passion for it, you gotta put hard work in it, or it's not gonna get anywhere.
All right. I'll ask you one last question for this level. So you said some stuff about VRChat and some of the moments you had, like DJ night and the date night. But do you have any like favorite moment, like overall like big moment for VRChat that was just like one of your favorite moments from playing this game?
Favorite moment in VRChat? Holy shit! There's been so many good moments though. Like it's hard to like pinpoint one. I think I look fondly the most towards the first, like the date show I did. Maybe because I got really fucking drunk and that was fun. But I think the best night ever probably has to be one of the DJ nights, right? I think the DJ night last time was definitely up there.
Yeah, that one was.
For one
that was a good one.
best nights ever. I definitely put it in like a top 3.
Hell yeah.
It was kind of weird. Like it felt like no one was gonna come, but people showed up.
People came. People did come.
Majorly. Yeah. But I can't really think of anything. A lot of times, like some of my fondest memories are when me and Ray chill and hang out, like, and I'll just like, cause me and Ray hang out off stream all the time. And I'll just like, we'll just find a cozy world and I'll sit down and I'll lay backwards and put a light novel and I'll read a light novel and she'll just like lay on top of me and just fall asleep and we'll listen to some lo-fi, and it's like the most relaxing moment you could have, I feel like, in the world. So that's definitely one of the fond memories for me.
Yeah. Some of the slower moments are really like some of the most cherished ones. All right, so level 3. Are you ready for level 3? All right, a little bit spicy, a little bit hotter.
I'm ready.
A little more exciting. All right, so grab that RP wing, take a big bite of it. Arc bite. All right, so we're gonna go right into it. So you're a VTuber, you have your own little lore. So what is your VTuber lore?
My VTuber lore. Oh, I know this model. You gave me this one. Wow, it's so emo. My VTuber lore is basically it was a shadowing. How do you say it? Foreshadowing of me quitting comp. Oh. I created my lore and my cover song to be a combination of each. There was a little animation and there was a cover song. The song itself speaks about how when you look into the mirror, there's two types of people: a person you want to be and a person you are, and you can't let the person you are stop you from being who you want to be, right? That's what the song says. And then the lore itself says how my lore was like about me being a Shinigami, which is a pro player, innuendo, and breaking out the underworld to enter the human world, right? Which would be streaming, right? So my lore was kind of foreshadowing that I'm kind of done with pro play and I want to move on to content. And a lot of people probably didn't know that, but
that's really cool. That's an interesting backstory for that. That's cool. I like that.
Yeah.
All right. So let's see here. So you still play some games here and there. So what do you think are like some of the best games to play competitively for anyone like doing competitive games? What do you think are some of the best games out there for competitive play?
Competitively, currently in this day and age.
In this day and age.
Think like games like Dota, League. Dota and League are up there for longevity and satisfaction. I would say Valorant's not bad because Riot like holds it pretty well. And what else? I don't know. There's not many that I would play. Maybe I would say like Rocket League, but I don't really know much about Rocket League. I just know that like a lot of stuff happens in Rocket League.
It does have
like there's a lot of like noise around it and stuff. So I'd say probably around those. Like usually the esports scenes that look the healthiest are the most fun to be part of, obviously, because there's the most support for it and most longevity to it, so you can do it for the longest time. That's like League. Like League is one of the best in Dota because people can do it literally for 10 plus years.
Yeah, for sure.
Or maybe Counter-Strike is up there as well, but yeah.
All right. Let's see here. All right. So, what's something you want to accomplish this year? You have a lot of things you're doing. Well, what are some things you want to accomplish this year?
Well, this year I kind of like my mission this year is I don't really focus on numbers at all. I don't care about numbers. So my mission this year is pretty simple. I want to keep building my community, which is very strong and steady, and I want to rejuvenate VTuber content this year. Like I feel like VTuber content has gotten very stale in the EN, at least, like in the English scene, Western scene. And I want to find ways to revitalize the scene and make people come together and do shit. So currently, you know, I run 4 series a week, which is something I started this year, and I'm gonna keep going as far as I can.
Yeah.
But I'm also working on a project in the background that's called VRChat, which is a bi-monthly, tri-monthly tournament in VTubing, where we'll host tournaments like Mario Kart and shit like that, which is gonna be announced soon. Our first one is actually this month.
Oh shit.
And my idea is just like kind of to copy what the JP scene is doing, and you know, in the JP scene they're all like mingled a lot more, they do a lot more shit together, and the EN community just kind of like cries about everything, how they're alone and have nothing to do. So and the collabs just kind of feel like stale. When they happen, they don't feel special, they just kind of like feel stale. So what my idea is to like make more special, meaningful content for viewers to get into, and in turn also revitalize the VTuber community as a whole and like give them good content.
Alright, that's super good. I'm looking forward to seeing some of that stuff. You've been hosting a lot of events and doing a lot of stuff like that. What do you think it takes to like be a good host for an event? Like either watching or hosting itself. Like what do you think makes a good host?
I don't really know myself yet because I just recently started it. But I think
I'm done.
You just gotta be like kind of like down for shit, you know? You gotta be down with the sickness, as the youngins would say. Like if they take the piss out of you, like your contestants and stuff on your shows, like making fun of you, you just kind of have to play along with the jokes and you just be a good sport about things, right? I feel like that's what makes a good host. And obviously you have to be organized. You need to know when to stop them from talking. You need to know when you have to move on. You have to be like on point time wise. You can't let shit get out of hand. And I feel like it's all like trial and error.
Yeah. It takes a little bit of learning and a little bit of experience, you know. I try to.
I don't even know myself yet. Yeah, it's not like I don't know myself fully yet, but I'm figuring it out, you know, week by week. It's
I know,
in
like,
progress.
you know, doing it with like 6 or 7 guests and trying to balance out all those voices and all those personalities all at once can be tough.
100%. But you know, the first one is always the hardest one. It's like the pilot.
Mm-hmm.
You're figuring out. Like my first dating show looked like shit. I had no idea what I was doing. I just kind of went with it and went perfectly, right? But moving on to the next one, we already like changed production. I improved production. Now I have animated backgrounds. I have more of a sense of what the fuck I'm doing, what the questions are gonna be, how long I'm gonna give them time, etc. Like I'm getting better and better with it as time goes. And then we're getting an intro for it. Like we're making it look more professional. I feel like it's really important that when you have a show, you keep working on it, you keep improving it,
Mm-hmm.
you keep like adding and changing little things and making sure you're not stagnant and you are seeing like what the issues are and you fixing them real quick, right? I actually like want to announce right here,
Oh.
while I can, that our next guest is actually gonna be Nuro-sama, and that's like one of the things I want to do, like introduce like wild factors, like Nuro-sama, the AI VTuber. I feel like is like a good special episode. Like I feel like you know, having a special episode revitalizes your own show sometimes. Like last week, for instance, this Friday, I had yesterday I had Nags commentate one of my VTuber verses, which are the show where I invite a VTuber and we like 1v1 in 9 different games, and I had Nags commentate it, and then that like gave it a whole new like revitalization. Like it made it so much different and exciting. So I feel
It's
like
good to keep innovating like
improvising. Yeah, innovating, just adding shit. Don't make it the same. I mean, if it works, it works. But like, find ways to like switch it up, because people want to see something different every now and then.
that. All right, for sure, man. All right. I think it's very good advice for people like wanting to host stuff and even like future events. All right, so we're about to move on to level 4 RPR. Level 4. All right.
Level 4.
All right, so you ready to take that? Okay, so far we're gonna go more and more. You know, the question's getting a little bit spicier too. The questions might be a little bit tougher. So you ready to take that artificial bite of that wing? Ready?
Yeah, I'm ready for the bomb.
All right, take that big bite, Arc. All right, so you're around, you know, a lot of mutes. You love mutes, you know, you'd say. What do you think makes a good mute?
I don't. I am super controversial when it comes to mute opinions, because I don't think like you guys do at all. I don't see them as mutes. I see mutes as like friends. I don't see them as like mutes, you know what I mean? Like I don't like, it's like this question that you asked me, it's like you asked me what makes a good friend.
Yeah.
You know, it's personality, right? And it's like the same shit for mutes. Like I think every mute's a good mute, but it like depends on you as a person if they fit your personality or not, right? I don't think there's like a meter for mutes that makes them good or better. Quirkiness, this and that. Some people don't like quirky mutes, you know?
Yeah, some chill mutes are very nice too.
Some people love it. Yeah, I think it's just like I mean, my mute partner is Ray's not quirky. Ray's chill as hell, but I love Ray, you know? And it's like, it's kind of like a personality thing, you know? Has to like fit your personality, I feel like. So I think what makes a good mute is if your personalities match, and that's the only thing.
Match as well, of course. So what do you think about like the climate of like the mute meta of like how people like treat them, or like, you know, you think clearly have like thoughts about it that are different from like the average VR chatter. So what are your thoughts?
I don't like how mutes are treated. I feel like a lot of time mutes are not treated as normal people. They're treated as like an addition to the stream, or like they're treated as like as expected of them to show up and be the content. I feel like a lot of mutes don't even hear thank you, or, you know, thanks for coming, thanks for helping out. So I kind of like don't like it. It's like makes me feel bad. But what I like is I like treating them like normal human beings. I always, you know, just like I would thank a VTuber for coming on my show, I'll thank the mute for taking the time out of there to come on my show as well, you know?
Of course. Yeah.
So I feel like a lot of times that's like maybe not done on purpose, maybe just out of like being used to them. But I feel like they're taken for granted a lot of times for what they do.
Yeah. I mean, like I said, I mean, a lot of times they're just really just like you and me, but their just mics are not on, and you know they have to go a little bit above and beyond.
Yeah.
And
yeah, to like for content and stuff, right? But
Harry.
but they're still a valuable addition to the
Oh my
stream
God.
that a lot of people watch for. You know, a lot of people show up to my stream when Ari and Ray are on because they want to see Ari and Ray, not because they want to see me, right? So how can I not be thankful for them for taking the time of the day to come on my stream when it's, you know, benefiting my viewers from what they're doing? That's how I see it. So I never take them for granted, and I feel like I see a lot of people that do, and I hope that's gonna change.
All right. Yeah. All right. So we'll go back to some of the VTuber stuff. You know, you're around VTubers, a lot of different different personalities, different people. Do you have any favorite VTubers? Any ones that you just personally love being around or love having on your shows or anything like that?
I have a there's this you like that? There's this in Japanese culture, when you have like a bias or your favorite, you call it oshi, right? So I have an oshi because everyone needs to have an oshi. My oshi is Tokoyami Toa from Hololive JP, a Japanese VTuber that also is the same VTuber that discovered me or like first collabed with me, right? He was the first person to ever like notice my existence, right? So she will always have a special place in my heart. Plus, she's like an amazing singer, and I love music, so that's a W. On top of that, I do have a lot of VTubers that I really enjoy hanging out with. You know, like Rain. She's a dumbass, but she's our dumbass, so you cannot love her. But like, there's so many. I love Numi, Bao, Yuzu, Vienna, all of them. Like Fruit's one of my best friends. I don't know. There's a lot of them. I'm a very extroverted, social type of person, so I do end up making a lot of friends, and I do enjoy hanging out with a lot of different people. You know.
Oh yeah.
But there's definitely up there, like 10 plus up there that I could probably name right now.
Yeah. Well,
But
thing
yeah,
is,
I would say
what do you think makes a good VTuber then? What makes a
Numi.
VTuber good? You know, like considered like what by
same answer as with Mute. It's personality.
personality.
It's all personality. Is like VTubing in itself will not make you popular. A lot of people think it will, but think of it as a debuff. Same like with Mutes. It's a debuff because your expressions, your reactions are very limited. You mainly just use your voice to like entertain, right? Well, you know, Mutes use their actions. It's kind of like a similar comparison, right? But I would say an individual that is really good at entertaining their chat by themselves and can come up with a lot of fun stories and how to make things fun. An individual that's innovative with their content and is willing to like implement like spin the wheel and the ideas like that to their content. And an individual that's very good with collabs and good with hosting collabs or like getting people together for something, you know, more. Because VTubing, the specialty about VTubing is collabs, right? That's what VTubers are known for, collabing. So if you want to be a VTuber, I feel like you kind of have to be good at that.
Well, talking about like stuff like that, do you see a difference in levels from VTubers that use like a PNG that lights up, or someone that has like a full rigged like VTuber model? Do you think like everyone should give it a shot regardless of like how good their model is, or should they like push forward? You know, with the person to carry through it?
Look at Iron Mars. Iron Mars had like a really, I don't want to say bad, but like a really low quality VTuber model, and she blew up to what she is now. You have Shoto, who PNG streamed for like a year before he blew up with his own model, etc., and saved up enough to buy a model that he wants. I think in the streaming space, you will, if you are funny, entertaining, and you know, you are meant to blow up, you will blow up. You know, look at someone like Ludwig. Ludwig was meant for streaming, for entertainment. Or Connor, like they just kind of like blew up, right? I feel like if you're meant to blow up, you will.
All right.
No matter what your equipment is or what you're working with.
All right. Yeah,
I mean, some of the biggest streamers in the world started on a fucking shitty PC.
Yeah.
I mean, I started on like a 770 streaming on 60 FPS, you know? What the fuck is this? What are these?
They're doing something.
You could.
All right.
But yeah.
Hey, well, that's good to hear.
Equipment doesn't really matter.
It's interesting seeing this interesting POV of like how you see this stuff. I like it. All right. So we're gonna do a little
Holy
ad
shit.
break before this final level, okay? So we're about to move on to the final level, the spicy level. So I'm gonna go back to my full camera,
What the fuck?
and so they won't be.
I'm ready.
You are now back on camera. So yes, everybody, this is our newest set, our newest area. We are at the beach, a little hot tub.
Let's go to the beach. Let's go get away. Hey, you know what to say.
Hey. So just to, bring it back,
God,
the
this fucking
final
tail's
area.
whipping me.
I said, it's a little bit hot, so we wanted to give you an area to cool off. Our Mute One's beach set.
Right.
All right, so you ready for
But the
that
hot
final
tub is
bite?
hot.
You ready for that final bite? The final dab?
Yes, I'm prepared.
All right, so right when I
Wait,
take this bite, we're gonna take the real
Gruey's
spicy
hair?
questions.
Gruey's hair, I like.
Yeah, I told her before, this hairstyle is
It's very
super cute.
unique. Very
All right,
unique.
well, here's the final dab. Here's the URPR final bite, and we're gonna go right into these spicy questions. You ready? Aunk, take that bite.
Okay.
All right, immediately.
Ah.
All right, so if you could have another mute besides V-Ray, who would it be?
Oh shit, fuck. Oh, fuck.
And so we're going right into the hot area. All right, we want to make it spicy for you. That's why we put you in the water to cool you off a little bit.
I think from the mutes, I get the most along with Airy. So it's Ray, Airy, and Lost that I like.
Mm-hmm.
Those are the mutes that I really like. Talk the most out of all. Like really talk like friends. So if it would be anyone, it had to be like those three. But obviously, I would never even attempt to break up whatever Airy and Crumpet have going on, because I'm not the type of person to do that. But if I have to choose, and there's a gun in
Of course,
to my
of course,
head,
of course.
it would be those three.
All right.
Right.
Yeah. All right. So I said, make it a little bit spicy. Let's see, I got another one from someone. All right. So.
I really like this. This fucking hairstyle is so cool.
All right. So we're talking about different VTubers and different things they can do. What do you think makes a bad VTuber?
A person who's entitled and thinks that they will receive everything on a silver platter just because they're a VTuber. Person who cries how they don't get views even though they don't really do anything to change up their content. They just get on and mindlessly play games and don't really fucking do anything.
Mm-hmm.
That's a bad VTuber. Well, that's a bad streamer in general.
Yeah.
I think there's only a handful of people who can just get on and play games and have viewership, and it's like people that have been streaming for years, like Lyric, Summit, old school boys.
Yeah,
Shroud,
of course.
Timmy. But I think if you want to grow in this day and age, you have to be innovative. You have to change something up. And people that just get on and expect people to support them just because they got on and they did stuff. A lot of times I see VTubers crying about how they're not growing, nothing's happening. Well, the reality of a streaming career is that you're not growing all the time.
Yeah.
Sometimes you're falling off, sometimes you're stagnant, but as long as you're finding ways to change shit up, you will keep growing. So for instance, for me, I was growing for a while, then I was stagnant for a while, then I had a fall off, then I went back up, then I was stagnant again. And then coming into this year, I was pretty stagnant, and I decided, okay, what the fuck can I do to keep growing, right? You want to keep going up, you don't want to give up. So I came up with new ideas to keep growing, came up with new stuff to do. So I think, and not ever once how I complained, if you have time to complain about not gaining viewership and not growing. Oh my god, I took her body off. See that? If you have time to complain about not growing and not gaining viewership and not oh my god, no one's watching me, blah blah, then you have time to fucking put into creating new innovative content, right?
Yeah. Innovation is a big thing.
I focus on the positive. If instead of complaining on Twitter and Twitch and this and that how I'm falling off, I'd rather put that energy into making sure I don't fall off and making sure I grow. And that's what a lot of times VTubers are very entitled, I would say, and think that everything is going to be served on a silver platter just because, they're a VTuber. That's not how life works. Nothing. Well, some people might have shit served on a silver platter, but a lot of times life is brutal, Life is ruthless. Yeah. We don't really get shit handed to us. We have to work for it. So if you work, you'll be fine.
So I reached out to some friends of yours, and You know, there's some rumors in the VTuber community that you're a dog boy. What do you have to say about that?
A dog boy? I think that's bullshit. I barked once on stream because 9 people peer pressured me into it. Okay. I do have 3 dogs though. I like dogs.
Oh, yeah. I said, yeah. Whenever I try to reach out to some friends of yours, and they just kept saying, you know, he's a dog boy. Talk about the dog boy stuff. You know, the dog boy's like a big focus.
Expose them.
Well, Camilla was one of them, of course.
Was it Cottontail?
Camilla.
Camilla, fucking. Of course it was Camilla.
And you know,
I barked once on a dating show because I was peer pressured. Okay.
Yeah.
Just once, maybe twice, but that's it.
Here's a personal question I had, because something you've done that I really appreciated is you've been really trying hard to, like, you know, mix the VTuber community with the VRChat community. What do you think, like, makes the two communities, I guess, compatible?
I think VRChatters are the originators of VTubing. I think VRChatters basically invented VTubing. They're the ones who first added like an anime persona to their, you know, to their being, right? I think everything kind of started from VRChat. I think personalities are also very similar. And I think the concept is pretty much the same. It's just about like, cause like a lot of VTubers have their own models and stuff, in 3D models and stuff, and they can easily implement them in VRChat and be themselves in VRChat. So it's so easy to make them mingle. Because the way I see VRChat, I don't see it as a game. For me, I see it as a tool, because it's like, it's a tool for my shows, my VTubing shows, not my VRChat shows. You know what I mean? And they just naturally kind of work out together. I think, you know, that ice should be broken and they should mingle more. Yeah. I think Crumpet is also a really good example of like a VRChat VTuber, because Crumpet is a VTuber.
Yep.
But he's also a VRChatter, and he himself is bridging the gaps.
And I don't know, I think it's really admirable that you're trying to like mix those communities. And like I said, the stuff we've done together has been really fun. Whenever I've done stuff with some of the VTubers like Bao or Nume, it's gone really well, and they've been really fun to hang out with, even off stream, and just,
yeah,
it's just been really good to mix.
I've been trying, like, one of my skills, I would say, is the ability of getting a bunch of people together and doing shit together, like, you know, hosting stuff. So I've been trying to like help Rob get a bunch of VTubers on his show, which is also a test for me to see how many people I can pull in for my shit, right? So I helped Rob out a lot with that stuff, got him a bunch of VTubers, and worked out well. It kind of worked out as a test ground for me to see that do they actually mingle well. And all I've gotten back was the fact that they do in fact mingle really well, and then I started implementing into my content.
Yeah, oh yeah, that's super good. I don't know, I love to see it, and it's really fun to see these communities mixing, and like some of the new friendships being made too. Like even all like stuff aside, the friendships being made has been really good.
Even at TwitchCon, we all mingled together and worked out well, you know.
All right, so
we're all just people in the day.
You do your own show, you know, with like VTubers and stuff like that.
Right.
Was there any VTubers you were scared to interact with at first, but then you ended up just like hitting it off immediately?
No. I am the most extroverted piece of shit you can ever meet in your life. I have no reservations about anything. If I want to message someone, I'll message them straight up and be like, you know, come on my show or do shit with me. If they don't respond, I'll message them another 5, 6, 7 times until I give up. I don't give a fuck. I'm shameless. I don't care.
Do what you gotta do, man.
If I want to hang out with someone, I will.
Well, is there anyone that you end up doing a show with that the personality just didn't match?
No, I've never had really like a bad experience, like someone that was like really fucking, oh my god, that ruined the show, or like, oh my god, it was really bad. I would say I had people who are like my favorites. Like I think Sori and Crumpet are definitely my favorites on my dating show, because they're just fucking hilarious.
Yeah.
And I really like having Camilla because she just slays. I like having I really liked having like Tricky, because she's also like Tricky and Giga are also like their own forces to be reckoned with. I like having a lot of people. Kayson's really nice. Cottontail, oh my god. Cottontail, if I could have her in every single one of my shows, I would fucking sell my ass for it. Like, I kid you not. She's like the funniest motherfucker on the planet. She's like the light in the room in every single fucking collab. She's super fun.
Oh, yeah. All right. Well, here's a little bit of a deeper one. What do you think about the like parasocial relationship a lot of people have like with the
I hate it.
VTubers. Mm-hmm.
I hate it. One of the reasons why a lot of male VTubers don't do well is because if you don't play into the boyfriend experience, which is parasocial as fuck, by the way, you don't do well. And I am not one to play into that shit, because I'm not gonna pretend to be anyone's boyfriend. Man, I think that whole fucking fabricated, like, I'm sure if it's good for some people, great, but like for me, I think that's like a very fucked up way of, and there's no longevity to it at all, to that way of running your like stream. I think parasocialness is weird. I mean, I think there's a certain parasocialness that I have with my own stream that I think I'm weird for, because like I miss a lot of my viewers sometimes, and like when I don't see them in chat for a long time, or like, you know, I get sentimental over shit like that. But I mean, that's normal. It's like just connection, and then if it's at that level, it's okay. But when it comes goes to a level where it's like obsession, parasocial obsession, and what's happening to Amaranth, where she's being stalked and shit like that because of like shit like that, that's like just sick in the head, in my opinion.
Do you think it's like worse for like VTubers, or is it just like because like, you know, some of the...
It is, because what VTubers have is the you know, being anonymous, and when, you know, the, how do I explain, like sometimes when you see a hot woman, when you see her clothed, she's way hotter than when you see her naked, because the mystery of revealing what the fuck is behind it is more enticing than the person himself. And that's what VTubers are. Knowing what is behind the model is very enticing to a lot of people. And I think that's where parasocialness comes from a lot of times. Okay. And then they get doxed a lot more, and they get, you know, just a bunch of bullshit.
I got a question from someone. I was just curious about it. As someone who runs many different shows and events yourself, do you have any suggestions for this show? Like, say you were running this Meet One show, how would you do it differently?
You should name every round like it's an actual wing.
Yeah, that's actually a really good advice. I was going to use that. That was actually very good.
Use like mute names or something to like, you know, instead of the bomb, you can name it. You know, you combine the two mutes that are on, and you like give them like whatever, you know, like da airy Tuesdays or some shit like that, you know. And what else could you change? I really like the idea that you have like a whole like filming set. That's really fucking cool, and you can switch up maps. Maybe maybe try and involve your chat on it. Try and accept questions from chat.
Yeah, pretty much at the final round we do chat questions. So yeah, right after this we will be doing chat questions.
Right. So what I would do is like beforehand, before I do the episode, I would set up like a bunch of like maybe like a questionnaire or whatever. Not a questionnaire. What is that fucking thing that you go and you type in your name, you type a question, then you submit it with your email. What are those called? Oh
God. Well, I know what you're talking about. Yeah. Just have one of those on, just a form.
A form. Just set up a form, put in Discord, and let people just spam a bunch of fucking questions, and then you can always like have a list of questions that you can like tap into anywhere mid-show or not, and then you can, you know, you can have like a, because what I think the beauty of like running shows is having like viewer interaction, right? Like, I think having a viewer interaction is what makes shows on Twitch special, because it's like something like on TV you can't really do, right? Like pre-recorded.
Streaming has that like special.
A live show is different than, and giving viewers an ability to interact with the guest is like something not many shows can do, right? So if you can figure out a way to have them interacting with the show, even either through like predictions or through polls in the stream or shit like that, like what question are we gonna ask, where are we gonna go to, you know, shit like that. You can give them that power. That will make your show that much more fun, because they will feel like they're involved with your show, and they will feel like they're not just watching, but they're influencing.
Yeah, I like that a lot. That's
that's the power of Twitch.
Yeah, Twitch has a special like integration where it's, you know, you're not just watching a show, you're part of the show, you're part of the experience.
You're live, you're like you're here live. It's happening in now. It's not edited, it's not scripted. Some of it can be, but the fact that that's so unique about Twitch. That scuffedness of being live is what's unique and what you can play around a lot with.
Oh yeah. All right. All right. So from this point, we'll take some questions from chat. So chat, if you have any questions for RPR, this is your moment. RPR, I'll say this while they're typing out stuff. Hope you had a good time today. Hope you enjoyed yourself.
Yeah, I had a ton of fun. I think this show is amazing. I like mutes, so how can I not like it? But I think podcast type shows are fun. Obviously you have a really cool map going on. I think it's really cool that you have like a whole set going on. I think you can play around with it a lot and add a lot more stuff to it, like make more sets and like make a bunch of other shit. And I think you're heading in the right direction, and you just gotta keep adding a little bit. You don't have to change a lot. You should add a little bit here, a little bit here. Maybe think about maybe going into like, some graphics for your stream. Animated graphics.
Yeah, I'm trying to work on that now.
Like when you
for like a big bold, like
when you
round
do,
1, round 2.
When we like change the sets, you can have a little transition on your stream on your OBS. It instantly switches everything. We move on. You talk to chat for a few seconds, and then you click the transition. Boom, transitions back in. Like make it look more professional, I guess.
Yeah. I am
have more flow to it.
I actually have animated stuff right now. I just couldn't get it set up in time. But yeah, I'm trying to get more, quality stuff. That's what, like I said, all my production value is going into the map, and then the stream is hopefully coming soon, and trying to work on some of that. I saw one question. Have you ever experienced like burnout during your pro career?
Yes. I've been burnt out fucking at least 3 times in 3 years. And my last burnout caused me into quitting. So yeah, I would definitely say I burned out.
Do you have any advice for people like experiencing burnout?
Yes. Don't experience it, and you won't experience it if you give yourself a fucking break. Don't play 7 days a week. Play 6. Even if you want to play, there's nothing else you want to do on that day. Just force yourself to not do anything. You will thank yourself later, because if you burn out, that's game over. Once you burn out, it takes months upon months to come out of it.
Oh yeah.
So force yourself to take breaks, because you will regret it if you don't. Live your life outside the game. Don't just live inside the game.
Yeah, there's more than that. I also want to. What do you think is your personal opinion that makes a good VRChat or VTuber avatar? Like, what makes a good model? I guess you'd say. Like, what makes it stand out? I guess. Because there's so many
colors. You gotta pick the right colors. You gotta be like smart with your color picks. I think it really just comes like I think the best models are that come from like your own personality, something from your personal life you've taken, and then you like adapted it to your model, because it kind of like builds itself. Like you don't have to think about it too much. It just kind of builds itself and becomes natural, and most importantly, it fits your character, because it literally is made out of pieces of you, right?
Yeah.
So I think a good model, there's no like anything specific to it. It just needs to be made with a sense of yourself, because it has to fit you. You can make the sickest model in the world, but if it doesn't like fit your personality, it's like, what's the point, right?
Yeah, of course. It's a part of you, and you're expressing that out to the people.
Good example is Chibi. Like Chibi's model fits her personality on point.
All right. We talked about your career a lot, about the pro scene. Do you have any like major regrets from that era when back during your pro scene? Do you have any major regrets or anything you wish you did differently or did better?
Biggest regret would probably be that the fact that my team didn't get to play in Sweden when we were at, we got to play, but our third got COVID. Our third player got COVID, and we had to play with a sub, and we played really badly, obviously, because and that sucked. Oh my god, my VR is taking screenshots by itself. Totally not related to the ass in front of me. Yeah, not playing that tournament, as a 3-man kind of sucked, because going into that tournament we were feeling so fucking good, just felt like we were just gonna roll everyone, and then Manda gets COVID and it was depression. So that's probably my biggest regret.
I saw one, I know, but a lot of people are asking is, how do you have or cultivate confidence?
What?
Like how do you, you seem like a very confident man. You're handling the situation very strongly. Like what do you think, like, how does
Right.
someone like gain confidence, or how would you, what kind of advice would you give to someone like
I
that?
think the best advice I could give you is to fake it till you make it. Right?
Yeah.
That's like literally the best. Like half of my confidence is just made up bullshit that's not based on anything, right? You fake it till you make it, and at some point you convince yourself that you're confident, you become confident.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah. Well, I saw one last one we can do. When you were finally, I guess, finally retired from the pro scene, were you relieved, sad, worried? Like, what was going through your head during that time? It must have been a big moment for you.
Mostly depressed,
Mm-hmm.
knowing that like I'm leaving like a big chunk of me behind. Like it's finally over. It also kind of felt lost for a while, not knowing really like what am I gonna do now, right?
Mm-hmm.
How's like my stream gonna look from now on? How like what am I gonna do? Like yeah, I can say I'm gonna stream, but like I can't just do the same shit that I've been doing all along. So like the past few months before the end of the year, like December and a few months before that, I just kind of like spent it not streaming that much, mostly just thinking and like soul searching,
Mm-hmm.
like what the fuck I want to do. And then coming into January of this year, I said, okay, I've thought about what I want to do, and now I'm gonna do it. And then I just pulled the trigger. I started doing my series, my shows, and started focusing on stream, working pretty hard, as hard as I can, and trying not to burn out and just have a lot of fun. But yeah, definitely for a while I was anxious, depressed, lost, and it could definitely be seen in my stream,
Mm-hmm.
because it's like obvious, like when you feel lost, it's like there's something's not like you just don't know what to do. And that's kind of like when our team ended, I was like, well, what the fuck now, But as always, like I figured it out, and we figured it out, and I'm having a lot of fun. And would I go back to being pro? Probably not. Depends on the offer and how much I'm being offered and how big of a opportunity it is.
Mm-hmm.
I definitely can still compete, and I still got it. But I don't think I want to do it.
All right. All right. Well, for sure, man. Well, right here, I will call it right there for the Mute Ones, episode 3. Thank you again, RPR, for being a part of this. This is your moment to
Thank you for
shout out any
inviting me.
projects you have coming up, or anything, any events or anything like that. Just anything you have planned coming up, you can talk about it here.
We have a Mario Kart tournament coming up this month. That's gonna be pretty big. It's sponsored by Ironside, so that's pretty nice. Yeah, just my shows really. I run a dating show every Thursday. I run a art lessons every Wednesday. So I get an artist on my stream to teach me how to draw something, and I try to replicate it. Now every Tuesday, I've actually started a show with this Gremlin and Ray, which is a VRChat show, where we do like charades and Pictionary with VTubers. So I try to like combine VTubers and VRChatters. And we're gonna do a speed dating with Airy one of these weeks, because we did one with Ray, and we're gonna do one with Airy.
Oh yeah, cute.
And then every Friday I do VTuber versus, which is the 9 games 1v1 versus VTuber. So yeah, watch my shows if you like VTuber content. I'm putting a lot of effort in it, and I'm hoping people are gonna like them. That's about the only thing I have to announce.
For sure. Like I said, I've been watching
That's
him
my
and
whole
lurking,
life
so I've been really
nowadays.
enjoying it. Thank you, Groovy Tuesday, for coming on.
I
appreciate
hope
it,
it's
Groovy.
funny for everyone.
Thank you so much, Groovy. And of course, the
I just
co-host.
want to make fun content.
This wouldn't be done without you, Airy the Neko. All right, my little co-host, Airy. Thank you so much, Airy. All right, we wouldn't be here without you, Airy, so thank you. But yeah, thank you again, RPR. I hope you had a good time. Like I said, I'll put all this up on YouTube and stuff like that.
I did.
But yeah, thank you guys so much for being here.
Thank you for inviting me.
Yeah.
And I'll see you later tonight for sure.
Yeah, for sure.
I'll see you guys later tonight.
I'll see you guys tonight. Crispy's here. Crispy, anything you want to ask?
Spongy
before I
Buns
go?
would like to join you.
Spongy has a request off me.
Yeah, Spongy can fuck off. No, I'm kidding.
Yeah, it just ended, Chris. We're at the very end, Chris. We're literally ending right now. But I hope you guys had a good time.
Oh, Crispy's here. Oh my god, me and Crispy are gonna get royally fucked up tonight. I can't wait. That's my highlight of the week, is getting fucked up with Crispy. Woo.
Yeah. Like I said, yeah, I do this every 2 weeks. So yeah, if people ever want to come by, I'm trying to always find new guests, new experiences, and have a good time. I don't know. How come after RPR give you my vape, Give me back my babes, my cock grew bigger from Crispy.
I don't know. It's my saliva saying makes things grow.
Eric says yes to that, so it has to be true.
Yeah, Eric would know.
Alright, well, I said,
Yeah.
I'm gonna continue just like another, like the post-stream interview type stuff. But yeah, thank you again, guys, for being here for real. Thank you
Thank you for inviting me. It was really fun. Honestly, I'm looking forward to your next episode, and I want to see how you're gonna change it up, what you're gonna do. If you have any questions or any help you need, let me know. I'll help you out.
I mean, like I said, I just want to say, like, yeah, the advice you gave me about the chat stuff, that's really good. I actually super want to do that. That sounds fucking great. V-Ray says, sounds like he'd be good at a certain activity with that saliva. From V-Ray.
Ray, shut the fuck up. I'm not sucking your dick.
Alright, and on that point, I will go. But yeah, thank you guys so much for being a part of the show. Thank you. I appreciate you guys so much.